A fake money laundering operation staffed by undercover federal agents in Cincinnati. The goal is to disrupt the flow of drug profits from our area back to the drug cartels. The WCPO I-team is taking a deeper look into that investigation and others. Here is Chief Investigative Reporter Craig Cheatham.
An undercover FBI investigation discovered Cincinnati was a cash hub for a California-based money laundering operation linked to the Sinaloa drug cartel. Federal court records show in 2017, agents posing as money launderers in Cincinnati, Dayton, and Lexington collected hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash that they were supposed to transfer to Mexican organizations tied to the cartel. The investigation, which began in San Diego in 2015, resulted in the seizure of tons of drugs, millions of dollars, and criminal charges against 75 people.
To tell you how they did that, it's probably something I probably shouldn't do.
David DeVillers, the United States Attorney for the Southern District of Ohio, declined to discuss details of the undercover investigation.
We don't want the bad guys to know how we do what we're doing.
Public court documents reviewed by the WCPO 9 I-team show investigators tracked the drug money from Middletown to Sinaloa by depositing it in bank accounts controlled by the FBI.
Really importantly, we have to go after the money proceeds going back down to the cartels.
The U.S. Attorney's Office says Dante Holdbrook was the ringleader of a Middletown fentanyl and heroin trafficking operation who used Raul Trejo to launder drug profits back to the Sinaloa cartel to buy more drugs. Holdbrook pleaded guilty to a charge of narcotics conspiracy and is awaiting sentencing. Trejo was sentenced to 14 years in prison. The undercover FBI probe is one of several dozen money laundering investigations reviewed by the I-team in an attempt to better understand the challenges facing law enforcement officials when they try to track drug money from the tri-state to Mexico. How much money is involved?
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Every year?
At least.
Federal investigators say traffickers still smuggle bulk cash, but they also use encrypted bank accounts and digital money. And they often buy products in one country, then ship them to a different country where they're sold.
It's not the days of Scarface where they're bringing duffel bags of money into a bank.
Mauricio Jimenez is the assistant special agent in charge of the DEA's Columbus office.
We're seeing organizations grow to a point that I never expected in Southern Ohio.
Local business owners have also been charged with laundering money from drug trafficking. Last November, federal prosecutors announced grand jury indictments against 37 people in connection with a case that involved the alleged laundering of $2.5 million through Tri-State Jewelers on Race Street and $800,000 at Nationwide Automotive Group on Vine Street in Cincinnati. Attorneys for defendants connected with those businesses did not respond to the I-team's request for comment.
We have to go after the cartels themselves.
And DeVillers says in order to do that, it's critical to track and disrupt the flow of drug money back to the suppliers.
If the money couldn't get back to the people that were supplying it, then there would be no incentive for them to send drugs to America.
The U.S. Attorney's Office is also prosecuting a case based on the seizure of hundreds of kilos of cocaine that never reached the United States. We have exclusive details on that case on WCPO.com. Craig Cheatham, WCPO 9 I-team.